Hello, my friends. Good to see you again. This is 7 English Bible School. Thanks for joining us. And once again, your presence means a lot to me. God bless you and keep you.
We're getting some disturbing new video. These are live images of something we have just learned about from the Associated Press and Reuters. And these fireballs that you're seeing in the near ground are important and chilling. Europe's largest nuclear power plant, the largest one on the continent, is in southern Ukraine. And this moment, it's reportedly being shelled by Russian troops. The mayor of a nearby town telling Reuters news agency that the plant is on fire. And these explosions that you're seeing, this has just happened. We got this live stream up about 1 minute ago. And just as I began speaking, these flashes of fire started exploding on the screen. Again, what you're looking at is the largest nuclear power plant on the continent of Europe. I want to tell you one more thing. Russian forces, of course, have already captured the former Chernobyl plant in northern Ukraine. That's the nuclear containment area there and the site of the largest nuclear disaster in history. There have been widespread concerns that this conflict could move into nuclear areas and cause what could be, potentially, a terrible and horrifying nuclear disaster.
The main concerns were that these 4 power plants have 15 operating nuclear reactors. The real concern here is that they would be damaged in the conflict, left unmaintained by the staff. These have to be constantly operated by a dedicated staff, constantly ensuring that there's no meltdown, that there's nothing overwhelms it. It's also important that they're not cut off from the larger power grid, which is needed to cool the reactors as well. That's why they have large-scale diesel generators to maintain those power plants and ensure that they are able to cool those reactors if they needed to do a shutdown. These power plants are closer to cities and towns, some of them large, and their fuel is much more radioactive than Chernobyl. Again, there's 3 other power plants. This is the largest one, however. So, whatever occurs here is really scary. And speaking to experts, I got the sense that they did not even want to consider necessarily what that would look like exactly.
All right, that's it. This is what the media says. Probably there are pros and cons, but now let's check out some comments. Leviticus chapter 2. When someone brings a grain offering to the Lord, his offering is to be of fine flour. He is to pour oil on it, put incense in it, and take it to Aaron's sons, the priest. The priest shall take a handful of the fine flour and oil, together with all the incense, and burn this as a memorial portion on the altar, an offering made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. The rest of the grain offering belongs to Aaron and his sons. It is a most holy part of the offerings made to the Lord by fire. If you bring a grain offering baked in an oven, it is to consist of fine flour, cakes made without yeast and mixed with oil, while wafers made without yeast and spread with oil. If your grain offering is prepared on a griddle, it is to be made of the fine flour mixed with oil and without yeast. Crumble it and pour oil on it. It is a grain offering. Leviticus chapter 3. If his offering is a goat, he is to present it before the Lord. He is to lay his hand on his head and slaughter it in front of the tent of meeting. Then Aaron's son shall sprinkle its blood against the altar on all sides. From what he offers, he is to make this offering to the Lord by fire. All the fat that covers the inner part, what is connected to them, both kidneys with the fat on them near the loins, and the covering of the liver, which he will remove with the kidneys. The priest shall burn them on the altar as food, an offering made by fire, a pleasing aroma. All the fat is the Lord's. This is the lasting ordinance for the generations to come. Wherever you live, you must not eat any fat or any blood. Leviticus chapter 4. The Lord said to Moses, "Say to the Israelites, when anyone sins unintentionally and does what is forbidden in any of the Lord's commands, if the anointed priest sins, bringing guilt on the people, he must bring to the Lord a young bull without defect as a sin offering for the sin he has committed. He is to present the bull at the entrance to the tent of meeting before the Lord. He is to lay his hand on its head and slaughter it before the Lord. Then the anointed priest shall take some of the bull's blood and carry it into the tent of meeting. He is to dip his finger into the blood and sprinkle some of it 7 times before the Lord, in front of the curtain of the sanctuary. That is, all the rest of the bull he must take outside the camp to a place ceremonially clean, where the ashes are thrown, and burn it in a wood fire." If you are more interested in more information, please leave a comment, and I will check out and respond. Once again, thanks for watching. Peace be with you.